Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. It is Saturday oh my goodness, I don't even know what day today is. Saturday the 28th of March. And today I have decided just to randomly do something so that I could have more videos for you guys. So that's why I'm here. Don't forget, if you are new to my channel, head down there, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, you know that. Get notifications when I'm live and like my videos. So I'm going to wait for some people to get on while as also I get my other screen going so that I can see comments better. That way I don't have to scroll through this screen. So hi Linda, hi Sue, hi Deborah. All right. I don't do quilt kits. I don't know. I just don't do quilt kits. I like to make up my own thing. But a friend of mine, Michelle, 2 years ago now, not last year, but the year before, I went out to her house for my birthday and she gave me a gift, and it was a kit. This right here. It's called Kindred. The kit people are Kindred Spirits, and it's called Split Decision by Vicki, Olsen. I actually wrote the name of this. I don't know where to find this kit or if it's even available anymore, but it came like folded up with the directions and a little package and fabric. It's just for a table runner. I'm going to do my best to follow the directions for this. Unfortunately, I cannot give you the direction. I can't give you the measurements, but I can give you the directions to put it together. I'm kind of trying to prepare myself for another kit that I have and making sure I know that I'm following directions properly, because I have a really horrible time following directions. I like to do my own thing, always have, and probably always will. So I'm definitely going to be trying this. Let's see, we got Rowena. Hi, Michelle. See, I'm doing the kit finally. I said a long time ago I was going to do it, but I haven't got to it because, well, I just haven't. Hi, June. Hi, Gwen. All right, guys. So I'm going to turn the camera around while other people come on, and I'll probably say a few times what I'm doing and the name of the kit. Again, it's by Kindred Spirits, called Split Decision by Vicki Olsen. I guess it's a club or something, I don't know, and it was cut, a little kit to make a table runner. So I'm going to do my best. It's only 2 pages of directions, so honestly it's probably going to be so simple you guys are gonna be like, oh, I can do that, you know. So I have the fabric here, and it's all in different colors, and I got to figure out what goes where and so on. I guess it's just me figuring out the directions as I go. Hi, Betty. Hi, Vicki. Let's see, Deborah said my best friend always did her own thing, made so many gorgeous quilts. Yeah, I'm a do my own thing kind of girl too. So, all right, so I'm going to put the camera over here, face it down so that I can get the cutting part done. Again, I won't give it the directions just in case, because I know that some people get in trouble for giving away other people's directions. But again, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. And I can probably tell you what the yardage that's needed is, you know, as I go. So let's put the camera facing here. Actually, I think I'm going to turn the camera around, guys, because I think it will be better from the other angle. I have another screen so that this one's a lot clearer on this side of the camera. All right. So I'm going to put this up and out of the way. And yes, I can do it. I can do it. All right. So my directions say I'm going to start with red. So I'm going to assume it's these. It says I have 3 strips of red, and they look to be, this is what's going to be for the yardage, 4 3/4 inch. So, and it looks like, so I need 3 reds that are 4 3/4 inch. It actually doesn't tell you what exactly is needed. It just tells me what my subcuts are. Then it says I need 3 browns, and those are 4 3/4 inch as well. And then 2 different gold ones. So here's my gold. It says I need to cut 2 strips off of this. So my original strip is 4 and not 3/4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4.5-ish. And then a cream is, and these are all by With the Fabric. The cream is 9 inches. It says I need another cream. I'm wondering if this is the same cream that I'm going to be cutting from. Border, I'm going to assume one of these is border. So this cut right here is 12 inches, and this one is 9 inches. So hopefully you guys are paying attention. I'm going to assume these are borders and that this is going to be the backing, which is not fully a yard. It is 31.5 inches of fabric. So I'm going to assume that this is for the backing. So yeah, hopefully you guys can remember that number or go back and get the numbers. So I'm going to start with the reds because it says red 1, red 2, red 3. So I'm going to choose, it doesn't really matter because they're all exactly the same. I'm going to choose red number 1 as this one. Put these two aside, and I'm going to start cutting from it. 3. Okay. None of this is pressed. I'm just going to cut it the way it is, even though it doesn't really look fully aligned, but I'm just going to cut it as is. And if I don't get up to all the comments right away, I'm sorry for that in advance. I kind of want to try to concentrate as best as I can to get this correct. So from my first strip, I need 1.5. Oh, I'm saying that out loud accidentally. So 1.5 fabric subcut 2. Okay, so from that, I'm cutting that off for now. All right, so I need 4. So I needed to cut 1 cut off here. Now I'm going to cut the selvage off and cut 4 of my next size. I'm hoping you guys can see this very well as I follow these wonderful, hard to understand directions. So I'm going to line it up right here on a line. I think it'll make it easier. Okay, fabric selvage off, and I need to cut 4 of this next cut. So, wow, this seems like a very strange number here, but right there, 1, 2, and I need 4 of these. Okay, so there's 4 of those. The next one is this cut, so I'll need 4 of these as well. So there's 2. And here's 4. So there's those. So I'm going to keep these in order right in front of me. Hopefully that'll help me keep everything legit. Okay, so let me put that over there. Red color number 2. I need 2 strips off of red color number 2. Let's line this up again. Two strips. So red color number 2, I need 2 strips at this next size. Let's see, I need to make sure this is all lined up. I did not press anything because I don't want to distort anything. I just want the fabric as it came. I think it might make things just a little bit easier as long as I adjust everything. So I need 2 strips. leave me with that much. So I'm going to set that aside because that was color 2. Now to subcut 4 of these. So we're going to put this at the selvage like this and like this. And I'm not even tagging anything. As long as it's laying in front of me, I should know what I'm doing. If that makes any sense. I know some of you like to mark your little pieces, but I'm not doing that. Okay, salvage gone. So this needs to be, so here's, I'm cutting 4 at a time now. I'm gonna keep A together like that. So there's 4 of those. My next set cut is, we're gonna go this way. And I need 4 of these. All right, so there's 4 of those. Confirmed virus in your town. Oh man, hi Sue. Vicki, that sucks. We had one here in the same county, but a different town. I'm mowing, but I'm listening. Okay, Teresa. I'm not sewing at the moment because my hands hurt. Hi, Kim. Saying hi. Deborah saying hi. Lynn says yummy. Deborah says, is anyone having trouble knowing what day it is? My days seem to be mixed up. Keep thinking it's Sunday, right? I have trouble. I have a lot of trouble with knowing what day it is. Hi, let's see. Linda's coming to Vicky's house. I thought the same thing. All right, so I'm going to put that aside. Now let's cut red color 3. All right, so everything's nice and lined up, nice and lined up. I'm going to cut 1 strip. And then subcut. So I'm going to open this up, subcut. I'm not giving the direction or the whatever measurements, but it probably isn't that hard to figure out once you watch a video. At least I know for myself that I can sometimes. All right, bye. All right, so I need 4 of this size. So here's 2. Here's 4 that size. And then the next, I need 4 of a different size. And even though there's still a lump in it, it'll lay down once I lay the ruler on it. So I'll put it on my next size. And I'll need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So all those are ready. Set them out of the way. So now I need my brown strips. We're going to start with, I'm going to put them in this order, 1, 2, 3. So brown strip time. So these are all the 4 and 3/4 inch strips, or 4.5 inch, actually 4.5. I guess to be on the safe side, I would cut more. All right, so I need 2 that are this first cut. One, 2. Okay, so I'm gonna slide all these out of the way. So that way I keep my colors in order. So 2 of those, put that out of the way. Okay. So I need 4 cuts that are the first number after I cut off the selvage. So I'm going to get 4 cuts each time because I'm stacking 2 pieces and they are folded in half. So I should get 4 cuts at a time, which is what I need because it says 4 at that specific number. So I'm going to cut the selvage off, which I'm going to be doing with every piece. And just forewarning, if children or anybody comes in the room, you guys will hear that. So this is by... So we're going to cut this right here. So here's 4 of these, which is my first cut. And then the second one is, that's an even bigger number. They're getting bigger. 4 of this next number. Like that. So there's those. Let's move that out of the way. Color brown 2 needs 2 strips as well. Everything looks to be lined up nicely. So I need 2 strips. These are all the same size. 1.5. I'm going to cut 2 of these. And cut 1 more. And I'll periodically check the comments. I'm going to move that out of the way because I only needed 2 cuts. I'm going to line these back up to cut the selvage off. And I'll get 4 cuts at the same time because most of these numbers look like they are 4 of each color. 4 of each number. So line that up. And again, I'm not bothered by using any of the folds in the fabric. Everything gets pressed out anyway. Line it. Sorry, I'm having to clear my throat. I might have to go grab a water because I forgot to bring one in with me. Having a bad breathing day. All right, so selvage is off. Let's make the first cut. This is brown color 2, so let's find this again. All right, first number is 4 of these. Okay, so 4 of these. And then the next number is 7. All right. Hi, this is like so... I'm not used to following kits. I'm used to following my own directions. All right, so there's that. Okay, I made sure that was that number. Okay, so those go there. And that is done with. Brown strip number 3 is 2 strips also. Looks like that one's just a little bit misaligned. There we go. Fold the fabric nicely. And I don't know who cuts these kits or whatever like that. It's probably that Kindred Spirits or something. It's the company that puts out the pattern. So I don't know how you guys would find it, but for those that are just joining, it's a Kindred Spirits kit called Split Decision by Vicki Olsen. I'll hold this up to the camera. I don't know how, if you're seeing it very well, but that is the kit that I am doing. It's just a table runner. Should be nice when it's done. Kind of looks like something I would have done on my own anyway. All right, now these need to be, this is brown strip number 3. All right, so let's line these selvages up so that I can see them and cut them properly off. And I'm probably going to have a little bit of leftover fabric from all of these, which is good because it goes great in my scrap bin. It's for strip piecing. And I guess this line, did it have name on some of this fabric? Out of curiosity for anybody. I'm pretty sure all this goes together and is from the same line. For anybody that's curious, it is Paisley Park by Kansas Troubles from Moda. So that's what this line is. I'm pretty sure they, oh no, because these look like they're Wyndham fabrics. So some of these are Wyndham fabrics. So I guess they're all mixed between Wyndham and Kansas Troubles that I can see so far. All right, so let's get this one lined on a line. This is brown number 3, so let's make sure I get this correct. All right, so let's cut the selvage off. And I'm making the best use. I'm not wasting as much as I can. I'm trying to make the best use out of all the fabric by literally cutting the selvage at the edges. All right, what did I say? Strip 3 was? Okay, so we're going to cut strip 3. I need 4 of these. And then I'm going to move some of this out of the way because it's in my way. Okay, and then I need 4 of the next numbering. All right, right here. I hope that this is correct. I hope that I'm not doing anything wrong because that'll just screw everything up. All right, so there's my number 3. Let's put that with my number 3 pile. Now I need gold. Oh my goodness. Gold. Oh my gosh, this is going to be small. So this is my gold, I'm assuming, because it looks gold to me. Line it up a little bit better before I cut it. There we go. Because these are really skinny strips that I'm cutting here. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. These are tiny, tiny strips. And I need to cut 2 strips. 1. Look at that. That is so small. And let's cut 1 more. 2. All right. Do I need any more from that? Okay, I'm gonna move that out of the way for a second and just work on these 2. So I need to cut 16. All right, so I'm gonna line this up. These are skinny, skinny strips, but I need to make the best of what I got because I don't want to mess up. And if I do, that'll suck. Okay, we'll line these up. They are nicely on top of each other. And I need to cut 16. So I'm cutting 4 at a time. You know, I never pre-cut everything either. That's another thing I'm doing that I don't ever do is pre-cutting everything in advance. Hi, Charla. Hi, Janet. Linda. I'm not going to press the fabric, Michelle. I'm doing good just the way it is. Hi, Lisa. All right, let's see. Lisa is on day 5 post-exposure quarantine at work. I have more time to sew. All right, I'm on my gold. 2 strips. I kind of want it. All right, 4.5. So I need 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my line is missing. I need 16. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so there's those cut. That goes in that pile. Why do I think there's no other gold in this pile? So I'm thinking this same gold is this next strip. This is going to confuse me. Table runner cut 10. So I guess I'm just using this because this is the same thing. Let me look at the picture. Okay, that's, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to cut it from this one because there's no other gold in here. All right, what am I cutting again? One of these. We're going to put that over there. And I'm going to subcut this into 10 1.5 inch squares. Obviously, I'm giving you that number because this is going to be obvious when I get to this part. All right, so two, 4, 6, 8, and this will be 10. So I need 10 of these little squares. Put those aside. Put this aside. Now from my cream, that's both golds. Okay, so cream, I'm going to assume is this one. I've never like literally cut all the pieces for something in advance. This is, I mean, for some of my things I have, but not like this, and made like piles. Hey, look at this pile that I got going on. All right, so this is my cream. Okay, holy moly, let's see if I can pay attention to this. Where am I at? So I'm done. I'm going to mark these with a pencil. I'm on cream, so that way I know. Okay, so here we go. We're going to cut the first cut right here. All right, here's the first cut. Let's get all these subcuts. Let's see. I'm going to close the door so you guys don't hear the baby. Actually, give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to go grab a water real fast. Triana, bring Tiffany a water, please. All right, guys. Sorry. I needed water. All right, where am I at? Cream with the fabric subcut. Okay, so let me open this up now. And subcut 4 3 inch. Holy moly, this is going to be crazy. Line it up on a line. No way, I'll get this more accurate. Okay. Oh, good. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. That's awesome because it's hard for me to see the comments when I'm trying to pay attention. 4 of these 3s first. 1, 2, 3. So here's 1, 2. 3, 4. Okay, so there's 4 of those. And then I need 2. Oy, oy, oy. 2, 3, 4. Are you kidding me? Let's see. 4. That. So I need 2 one. Holy moly. All right, this is going to be so super tiny. 1, 2 of those, and then subcut the 2. 1, 2, 4, 1 by 1. Oi, 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 here we go. These are tiny. I'm seriously sewing tiny little 1-inch squares, guys. Oi, oi, oi. That's what it says, though. So there's 4 of those. Holy moly. If you don't like small pieces, guys, don't make this. Okay. I already did that. So I'm going to move those little pieces out of the way in case I mess up. Now the next cream is 3 strips. Move that out of the way. Go back to the original again. So I got all these little pieces going. The next cream is 3 strips. For runner, 4 strips. For runner, I need a 4 one. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do this. Let's put it on a line. Make it easier. I need 4 of these because I'm doing the table runner. I guess the other option is like a wall hanging. 2. Am I going to get 4 out of this? Oh my goodness. This is like cutting it close. 3. And that makes 4. Look at that. Okay. So by 9. 2. Yes, I'm working blade. I'm moving it to the side so that I don't cut myself because I've tapped my blade before, but this is not a fresh blade, so it's not as sharp. Although that shouldn't matter. All right, I'm stacking all 4 of these. Why? Because I can't. Because I just need to get stack them. There we go. It's nicely stacked, nicely on a line. Salvages past the thingy. All right, what am I doing again? 3, 4 strips. I've got 13 pieces. So. Okay, so there it is. How many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 strips I'm cutting at once. My piecing better be accurate. That's all I got to say. All right, so there's 8. And I need 13 pieces. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Move that out of the way. And line this back up and cut it again. All right, so there's my 13 pieces of that. Okay. Now I need to cut. I did that. I don't need to cut the border just yet, so I'm going to move this out of the way. All this cutting stuff, because I don't need the border just yet. I'm going to move this out of the way. For those that are just joining, I'm making this pattern right here. Hopefully you can see that in the screen right there. That's the pattern I am making. All my cuts are now cut, so I'm going to move all this out of the way. And I'm going to bring over my pieces and figure this out because I got to follow the directions. All right, let's move this little chingamabobber. Not much of a picture, but I'm gonna put all my little pieces right here. And we're gonna start sewing in a minute. Let's do this diagram first. Be equal to the measurements through the middle of the blocks. Border length should be equal to the measurements through the middle of the assemble blocks. I don't care about that part just yet. Assemble courthouse step blocks. So technically I'm making courthouse step blocks using cream square with center. So these are my centers. All right, so I guess I can just go over to the sewing machine now and then grab from up here. So I'm gonna turn everything around to where you guys are at the sewing machine. All right, here we go. You guys are gonna go on a real quick trip to the sewing machine. Those are my centers. And I like when you guys can see, but I also like when you can watch me sew. All these little pieces are moved out of the way. Don't fall. The reason why I'm doing this live stream. All right, hopefully you can see me and the sewing. Okay. I'll put my directions on my laps and start this. First, I'm going to take one 3-inch center. And again, I didn't press any of this. I really don't honestly care. And I'm going to chain piece the lot of all this. I think that will be easier for me. Using 3-inch cream squares for center, add 3-inch. Add 3-inch red strips. 3-inch red strips would be this one. There's only 4. So what does it go on? Doesn't matter which side it goes on. So I guess I'm putting one of these on each side. Is there 4 more? That's what these ones are, I guess. For the opposite side. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So I need my 3 inches. Those are those. So I'm going to chain piece all these on. And let's get going. Accurate 100% quarter inch. So I have my 1/4 inch little foot thing on here. All of them are right sides together. Again, like I said, I don't really care about the fold. And one more. And I'm going to make all these blocks exactly the same. Hopefully I'm doing the right thing. And snip them apart. I'm going to finger press them towards the dart because it actually doesn't tell you which way to press. So I'm assuming you just press out each time because it is a courthouse steps block. But I've never pre-cut all the pieces. I just kind of add and trim the last time I did it. So, all right. So now we're going to turn these around and add the other side, which are these. And if anybody doesn't know, courthouse steps is almost like a log cabin. It's just built stacking instead of one side, one full corner, and then the other full corner. This is stacking one side, other side, one side, other side type deal. So now I'm doing this side. This is why I have not done my kit yet. Well, guess what, Michelle? If it's the same one, because you gave me this one, you probably had a second one. It's getting done. So now you can see how it's done. So I'm going to finger press all of these, and then I'm going to go to the directions again. And I think I should highlight as I go, but I don't think I have a highlighter in here. How about a yellow color pencil? That'll work. So, right here. So I'm using, I don't have a highlighter. I'm using the 5 inchers. Yes. And yes. Okay. So I'm going to again chain piece the same size. As you can see, everything is exactly the same size, even with just finger pressing, because I used my fingernail to press instead of using the palm of my finger. So it's almost as good as like a pressing stick or ironing, honestly. It just doesn't lay as flat. So I'll iron it all when I get to that part. All right, here's number 4. All right, snip these apart. So I'm chain piecing all 4 of these blocks. Why does this feel like this is going to be so tiny? All right, 1, 2. Oh, and it should look like this once it's on. 3, and number 4. Now the other side is going to go on. Again, it should be exactly the same size. Chain piece all 4 pieces, right sides together, 1/4 inch seam. Everything should line right up. And you know, I always skip steps, but in the end, it always, I mean, I can't say 100% always, but 90% of the time that I piece this way without pins, without pressing, without any of that, it always comes out just right. So all right, those 4 are now on. So now I can highlight this section with my little pencil. Let's see. Add remaining sides to the center square. Okay. Alternating red. Oh my God, it doesn't even tell you what size to use next. It says continue alternating red and brown strips. Always press away from the center. Oh my goodness, that's the first time it said press. So this should go pretty darn quick. So my next one would be if the reds that meet up, I guess, with the same size. This would be 5 inches now. So I guess I'm looking for red 5 inchers. So here's red 5 incher, and what is this one? Is this 5 inch? Yep. Okay. So these are my next 2. So my reds. So I'm going to turn it this way now. So I'm making sure to turn. So I added red on both sides and brown on both sides. Now I'm going to turn it and add red again on these sides, on every single one of these. And I'm going to try to put them all on the same exact side. So every block is exactly the same. So I have them stacked here on this side. That way every single one goes. Fabric right here is this. It doesn't say to put that exact fabric, so I'm just going to mismatch them. I guess it doesn't really matter what side. So this same fabric here is this. I'm not going to put it on this side. I'm going to put it on the opposite side, like so. That way it's alternating the color for more, they're the same size, so I don't think it matters. But for more interest in the project, you know. Because if it's the same, then it's like a log cabin, and I'm not making it a log cabin. I am making courthouse step blocks. So they're being made exactly the same, all 4 blocks. And see, I like skipping all the steps because it allows me to just sit here. The less I have to get up and down, the better right now, because I don't feel very well. So yeah, now I'm going to finger press these now. Press back, keeping them all stacked exactly the same. All right, so now I'm going to flip them to this opposite side, and now I'm going to put the other red piece on this side right here. So here we go with this side. Again, all I'm doing is finger pressing everything for now. I didn't even plug the iron in. I will need to once the blocks get to their specific size. I guess this isn't as hard as I thought it would be. It's the cutting instructions, you know, that like were confusing me. So the other kit that I'm going to be doing in the future probably has a lot more cuts, and I'm probably going to have to label it. But this I didn't have to label, so that's good. All right. So now I'm going to finger press these out, and then I'm going to move on to brown again. So I'm finger pressing these as best as possible. Real quick. All right. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I don't see it when it does that because I have that facing me. Hi, Vera. Fingers arthritic for 1-inch pieces. Yeah, I have that same problem, but I don't mind working with them as long as they line up just right. Another kind to make on YouTube. Terrible at instructions. Ooh, what is wrong with this video? There we go. Okay. I'm looking. Who else has used a kit? I have one for a casserole carrier, but haven't opened it. Some repair, no leaks. Awesome. Okay, Gwen has some kits, but trying to use up some fabric. I'm tired of looking at it. Enjoy the fabric. I have none, so enjoy it. Want some Vicki? I have a lot of flannel for charity quilts. Wasn't asking, but if you want it, okay. Most of it's in the closet and blocking. Hi, Vera. All right, so now we should have something that looks like this. So now I'm going to add the corresponding next size for brown. So that would be 1-inch cuts. So that would be this one, I think. Yep. And what other one is 7-inch? Probably this one. Yep. Okay. So now I'm going to be adding this color to this side because, no, I don't want this same color on this side. So this is going to go on this side instead, so that a different color goes on the other side. Again, I'm not trying to have the same color. So we're going to add these first and then these second. So I'm going to make sure that all my blocks are laying this way next to me so that I'm sewing on the correct side with every single one of them. Because I definitely want all the colors mixed up. And again, it should be, even though I haven't pressed anything, look at that. They line right up both sides. Just because I haven't pressed it doesn't mean it shouldn't line right up each time, just sitting here. So I'm going to chain piece all these through. Again. Okay. Line this up, down there too. And one more. And then I'll go ahead and put on the other side. Okay, snip them apart and turn it to the other side. And I'm not even going to finger press just yet. I'm just going to put the other sides on. So now I'm sewing onto the opposite side. So I just added this one right there. So now I'm adding the opposite side on. Again, they should always come out the same. If your cuts are accurate and your 1/4 inch seam is accurate, and if you press, you can press, but I'm not. My finger pressing has lined everything up just right, so I don't have anything that's off or wrong. Everything is 100% accurate. This is going together a lot faster than I had thought. I thought this was going to take me a while, but it is only 4 blocks. All right, trim these apart, and then I'm going to finger press and go back to the color red. So that will be my last time around with red, and then my next one will be brown, which will be the last time around with the brown. So now I'm pressing these open. Not open, but always towards the dark, you know, the outer piece. So I'm pressing always towards the piece I just added. All right. So I'll lay these here. Doing it all from my wonderfully seated position, which makes it a lot easier.
Are you soon done?
A little bit longer.
We got 15 more minutes to be ready to.
Okay, let me try to get this as I'm almost done. I have all my pieces cut.
Okay, we can push it till later.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you come on again tonight, you know, they go home at 8:30.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get this done. All right, so now that I have this,
I was just doing a time check.
I'm going to now turn it this way and add. So I just did these sides, and now I'm gonna turn it and add these sides now with the red. So the only 2 reds that are left are obviously the next pieces. So let me make sure their size. So, yep. So this should be 7 inches by now. Yep, it sure is. And now all these are laying the correct. Oops, this one can get turned around. I don't want the same color on one of the sides. So since this color right here is already on this side, I'm going to put these on first onto this side, and then this one onto this side. All right, so we're going to put these ones on first. Now that they're getting bigger, I'm going to go ahead and move them out of the way. They all should 100% line up. Grab another one. Everything's nice and finger pressed out of the way. Just chain piece the whole thing. I know some people probably think I'm crazy when I skip all these steps of pre this and iron that and move this and adjust that, and I just don't need to. I don't think. I'm getting the same results as if I would have ironed all this in between. I just get to iron one whole block at the end, you know, because everything is still 100% lighting up. All right, so these 4 are on. So now I'm just going to, before pressing, I'm just going to turn the block around like this. So this is the side I just put on. Now I'm going to add this side. So I'm going to just put it right there, and I'll finger press after the fact. So let's put this on. Everything's lined up. 1/4 inch seam is accurate. Oops, get right there. Line up this end. This is going pretty darn quick, surprisingly. Sometimes table runners take me a little while of time, but that's because I'm the one planning them and sewing them. This one, everything is pre-written out for me, so I guess I do kind of like a kit so far. All right, so now to finger press these open, and then we're going to add the browns, which is the last and final color, and then I can press the block before I get to the next stage. So now it should look like this. So now I'm going to turn it and add this side and this side. So again, I'm also going to stack all of them to where the same color brown is on one side so that I'm not putting that same print on this side. I'm going to put it on this side and then put the other one on the other side. And to do this finger pressing thing, I just like push the seam open and then rub my finger along it, no matter what surface I'm on. So I'm gonna stick these in front of me because they are getting quite big. And if you don't have fingernails, I mean, you can do it with the palm of your finger, but it just doesn't fold it back properly. I personally don't think. I think the nail is more required. And if your fingernail starts to hurt, you can just change to another finger. If these were my nails, my real nails, they would have been broke by now. All right, so now I have all these. They're all the same direction, so I'm going to turn it. Oops, maybe they're not. This goes on this side, like that. They're all on this side, this side, this side. Okay. I think I put one on wrong. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Oh, I did on these two. I swapped them on one of them. Which one did I swap them on? No, those are not the same on any of them. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Either way, these are on the same. That's kind of weird that one is totally different. Guess it doesn't matter. All right. So now I'm going to add my brown. So I don't want this brown on this side because see, it's the same. So that's going to go on that side. So that'll be my second piece to add. And we're going to add this one. So we're going to make sure one more time that these are 9 inches. Let's make sure looking at this, that is 9 inches. See, those are the numbers I can say out loud, I guess. All right, so now I'm going to add these. I'm going to hold this end right here. So this is my last time around for this section, and I'm going to have to plug my iron in and get that going in just a sec. I'm gonna plug it in after I sew these 4 pieces on real quick before I turn it around, because I do need to press it for the next step or else it's not going to be accurate. So the next step requires me to chop stuff up. And this one. Okay. Okay, let me plug the iron in before I do anything else. I don't leave my iron plugged in, even though now it has an on and off switch, because I've never trusted any of those kind of things. So I'll just plug it in as I need it. All right, so let's get these. And I'm not even going to finger press these. These ones I can actually put the iron and press back with the whole entire block. So even though I'll show you this one for now. So there's the one on there. I'm going to add the other side now. And that would make this whole entire block the same exact size, which is going to be 9 inches. And when I was talking about fabric shredding that one day, this is fabric shredding right here. It happens with every fabric. It's this pressure foot pressure gauge. I guess the pressure on some of these machines is probably just too strong, and some can be adjusted and some cannot, but every single fabric shreds. So I don't care what anyone says. Some shred more than others, though. But that was on that topic of shredding fabric that one day that I don't remember if it was a Sew Sunday that I was on or not. But all right, one more, and then we can take this over to the iron. All right, so these are now done. Let's go to the iron and press step. And I guess I will just turn this for you guys sideways. Look at that. I'll just carefully bring you up here so I can press. I have last night's project piled up here, but it's when I do a project in Insomniac videos, I try to keep it with Insomniac videos only. All right, let me read some comments while I'm here. Hi, Linda. Let's see. Okay, you guys are still talking amongst yourselves. That's awesome. I'm happy because I can't really see. I'm not very good at that multitasking, reading these at the same exact time. Good job. That's pretty. Is that courthouse step? Yep, this is a courthouse step. So I mean, you guys can pretty much figure out this pattern on your own if you wanted, just by making the courthouse steps. So yes, it goes very quick. All right, next step. Here we go. Let's press this with lots of steam. And I should have a 9-inch block now. Very good. Nothing is distorted. Nothing is stretched out of the way. Seems pretty darn good to me. Why do some names show up in blue with a little wrench? Because those are my moderators. Those are people that can control any rude or harassing type comments that come through from people that are idiots. It's to keep the idiots out of my videos. That's what the moderator does. They can block a comment, they can delete or hide a person, so on and so forth. So it's called moderators. And yes, just like Vicki said, to stop the trolls, because I do get trolls every once in a while, which are people that come on and strangest, dumbest freaking things, let me tell you. Okay. There's block number 2. Nothing is stretched out. It's a good thing I finger pressed. It made this process so much easier. One more block left to do. Let's turn that around. I'm trying to make them all face the same way, even though there's no need for that. So I can tell you this, that this courthouse step is made with 1.5-inch strips and a 3-inch square in the center. I can tell you that because courthouse steps is not a pattern that needs to be paid for. It comes in lots and lots of books. All right. So I can definitely tell you that. So the next steps you could figure out on your own, I'm pretty sure. All right. So I have 4 beautiful blocks so far. Now let's go chop them up. All right, so I'm going to take the camera back now over to the cutting area. Ooh, going on a trip, guys. All right, so now we're at the cutting area. And I'm going to put my screen back up there. And for those that are just joining, again, I'll show you again. I am making Kindred Spirits Split Decision by Vicki Olsen. If you guys want to try to look this up. Obviously it doesn't seem very hard. Oh, those are exact. Okay, so I'm going to assume that those go in between, and those are for the inner sides. And those are for my centers. Okay, so now there's all my other cuts, by the way, so that you guys can see. So I'm going to assume that these are sashing once I do everything. These pieces are my cornerstones. These are going to be for the actual block. So what it says to do next, and I see, continue alternating. I got that done, equal pieces. So now it says, measure through the center of the block to determine the length of the strips to cut. Okay, no, that's different. Let's see. Always press away. Cut each block into equal quarters and resume and reassemble. Okay, so I'm going to cut these into 4 equal parts. I'm going to come on the front side so you guys can see. And I'm not really good with this whole map. So half of 9 inches, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4.5 is half of 9 inches. So here goes nothing, guys. We're going to be cutting this in half and then in half. So 4.5 this way. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so very, very, very weird because I just did all this work. All right, ready? 4.5 this way. Pick my ruler up and cut 4.5 this way because it's a 9-inch block and half of 9 is 4.5. Everything should be legit. Now I have 4 sections, which are half log cabins. So I'm going to move this out of the way and I'm going to keep the ones that go together. So here's number 2. Again, I'm going to line it up on the cutting mat like this. That. I'm going to go 4.5. And then 4.5. I don't know, why didn't I ever think of this? I could have thought of something like this. I like to cut blocks up. All right, so I have 4 equal squares again. So I'm going to stack these on top of the other ones, just like this. So now I'm just creating a pile because I'm going to sew them together by chain piecing, which is what I always do. All right, so I'm going to lay this again within my markings on the board. Again, start with this direction. And I'm unfortunately not looking at the comments. All right, 4.5 this way. I'm bringing it over with me yet. I'm not even looking at it. Okay, another one done. Let's put that over here in my pile. And one more. Lining it up in here. It's all nice and lined up. Again, put the ruler on here. Chop up my block. This is kind of fun, and it's really, I mean, the directions are very simple so far. The cutting instructions could have been separated out on the paper, but here's my 4 equal parts now. And now I'm going to take these pieces, it looks like these right here that I cut the specific of my gold, and they're going to go in between all of these like so, with these tiny little 1-inch squares. So I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to chain piece all of these 2 together and with one of these, and then chain piece all of these 2 together with 1 piece, and then I'll make my center sashing. So that you can see that these are right here. I'm going to leave them right there for now. Okay, that's good, sweetie. All right. All right, I'm going to turn the thing so I can read it. Let's bring the camera back over to the sewing machine carefully.
I'm trying to give you some tips to
Yep.
save a day.
Okay.
She's falling asleep on the couch.
All right, love you.
I thought you were going
Go.
to do this with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So I'm going to start with the top section. I'm going to put one over here on this side, keep one on this side. As long as I know that my cream color is right here, that's fine. I'm going to bring up my little strips and I'm going to sew one to each of these like this. So they should be exactly the same size. So let's get these in here, exactly the same size. Line them up. 1/4-inch seam. Can't see those. Just one for this, and then I'm going to break that. I'm going to stack them back on top of each other like this, because I chain piece everything. And here's the top one again. So I'm just going to finger press this open. I know it's such a small piece, and I'm going to take the other side now and put it on there like this. Again, it should all be the same exact size. I'm also going to make sure that my seams stay down. All right, let's finger press number 2. Making sure it's nice and open. Grab the other side of it. Lay it on here. I'm also going to make sure that these seams go down. Piece number 3. Press it back. This. Grab this piece. Line it up. And last one. And I still have to do the bottom section. Put this on here. And I'm not even going to press these until I get to the last and final putting them together. Okay, so now all my tops, put them back in order again, are done. So now I'm just going to finger press this towards the inside. So I finger press them together, and it's literally closing off the seam because these were 1 inch. All right, let me bring those closer down. So that was the top. Again, I'm finger press. It wants to go anyway towards the inside. So let's put that there. Grab this one. Put that there. Grab this one. And put that there. So now here's my halves. Now let's do the bottom half. Again, going to right sides together. Right sides together. Two more. Keep wanting to grab right there, but I'm grabbing up above me. All right, again, keeping them in order. I don't know why I'm keeping them in order, but I think for me, it seems the same thing to do. All right, pressing away from the seams. Now I'm going to add the other side. This isn't very hard. This is actually really simple. It's going to be the other one. The other one's going to be the hard one, I bet. Watch. I actually have one more kit. I have 3 kits. No, 4 kits. One is absolutely simple. I can just do whatever I want with it, honestly. I don't even have to follow any directions because it is actually too simple. And I like to create my own thing. So the other one has lots of fabric to make, I think, a queen size, honestly. It's either a full or a queen. But that one's going to be directions that I have to follow. I don't have to. I can do whatever I want with it, but I haven't. All right, let's put this on. Oops. Line that up right there. There we go. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm just going to stack them like this. And I'm going to press them to one side. So I'm pressing with my finger just towards the center because that's the way the piece wants to go in the first place. So it seals it completely off because that was 1 inch. And anytime you add a 1 inch strip, it's like you never did anything in the first place. It completely seals it back up. So these will still end up 9-inch blocks when I'm finished. All right, so now these And these need a center. So I'm going to take the rest of these and these little dinky 1-inch squares and sew all these little things for the center. So I'm just going to chain piece these little guys through. They're so small. Just do your best to make it work. Some people that design quilts must not have anything medical wrong with them. Because they use such small pieces. If I was designing it, I wouldn't design it with such little pieces because I have the shakes, so it makes these little pieces harder to maneuver. Let's put this on like that. Oh, they're so tiny. Just get it as best as you can. Oops, that moved. Move, don't move. All right, so if those went in, these are going to press out towards the dark, and I'm just going to chain piece these other piece on to, because it really doesn't matter right now. So I'm pressing these out towards the longer strip, not the little tiny square, so that way it lays better. Now, with them all still hooked together, I'm going to add the other side. Carefully, mindful of that. Definitely change the size of pieces. So up here, and one more. Oops, right sides together, Tiffy, right sides together. Okay, so I'm going to snip these little guys apart. Oh yeah, I forgot that I didn't undo both. I just did one. Okay, so again, I'm going to finger press these away from that little center. So both sides should be away from, oh my God, that is so small. Like if you designed fabric, you wouldn't even be able to see what kind of pattern is in it because that is just so small. And one more. So this is what I have. I know you can see it. So look at how tiny that is. And they are pressed out, which will work best. So I'm going to do one block at a time. So let's do one block. I'm going to grab one side of it with this cream part in the middle. I'm going to take my little dinky piece and throw it on here. Should be exactly the same size. And I'm going to nest the center. They're facing out and the other part is in. They should line right up. I'm going to stop in that first seam and I'm going to make sure for a fact that that second seam is nicely on there. All right, so I don't know which way it's going to want to go. I'm just going to press it in towards the middle. It makes a lot of bulk right here, but so this is what I have so far. Now I'm going to grab the bottom of this, and now I'm going to attach it to the other side like this. Time for dinner. We'll catch the end as always. Tiff, take care. Okay, Lisa. Bye, Vera. I don't know if I saw all those comments. Sorry, guys. If I glance that way, I see them. Make sure all these seams go down. I'm going to nest this one as I come closer. I'm also going to nest that next one. I don't think there's a need to pin. They're so small. I got to put my things under the doors because the girls are going for it now. All right, so now I'm going to finger press this in towards the piece that I just, oh my goodness, look at how tiny this is, guys. So let me go press this and I'll be right back. everything is pressed inward. So there's the block. I'm adding water to the iron so that I can get the rest of the blocks pressed with some steam. All right, so 1 down and 3 more to go. Okay, so again, I just showed the one, but I'm just going to go ahead and put all these on. So I'm just going to line it up. I'm going to hook those, nest these 2 seams over here. Run all the way down this one. Grab this next one and the next piece. Now that I can chain piece these all, because I should have just done that in the first place. I'm going to line nest these up and hold them down. You can feel it with your fingies. There we go. And honestly, if they are not perfect, I don't think it's a big deal because tiny little piece. So a little bit, nest everything. All right, so 3, 2, 1. Now let's sew on the other sides. 1. I'm again finger press this like this. Let's add this one now. Again, even though I'm nesting these seams, I still have to make sure all these stay down, because if they don't, then you can actually mess up how the pressing goes. Because like, if you can see the back of this block, see, it's like sealed, like nothing ever happened. So if you hold any one of these seams in your sewing and it lifts up, it'll look funny on the back. You want it to lay as flat as possible. So that's the flattest it's going to get. All right, so that's on there. I'm going to throw this over on the ironing board so that way I can press it. There's another one. I mean, this is as good as it's going to get with these tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces. All right, piece number 2. Piece number 2. This is not going to be a very big runner. This seems so small. All right, so I'm going to nest these. The seams are going opposite ways, but I'm still going to, oops, back myself out of that. I want this to lay super flat, so I'm going to unpick right there so that this can go under the machine. There we go. Re-nest these back up. Again. So look at that. I think that is pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. All right, throw that over there. And last one. Okay. And then we will add sashing and borders and be done. Look at that. So I haven't been on too long, I don't think. I'm gonna hold this down. Go very slow. Okay. So now let's go press these. I'll be right back. You guys can stare at this block until almost done pressing. Okay. So here's all 4 blocks. Now to add the sashing. So I'm going to turn the camera down this way. I'm going to lay them out. Yeah?
Time.
I don't know what time it is. Okay. 12, I don't know what that is. 2:41. Okay, watch out. I got to block the door. Okay. I'm making a table runner. So I'll take you guys up here for a second. Should be able to see all 4.
Almost 3.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. What is about it?
Happy time.
I'm taking it up then. I don't. Yes, she will. Okay. So I think I'm going to alternate like this and like that. Okay, so see, I have the star print here, and this one is the other print. I'm going to alternate them. So to be like this. This and like that. So I'm going to sew one of each of these, and then it'll be this one, this one, this one, that one, and then the cornerstones will go right here. And then again up here. And then there'll be 4 for the 4 corners, which I have no room for. Will you quit?
Will you quit? You said 2:30. It's almost 3 o'clock.
I gotta go. Okay, sorry.